So today I had a parent-teacher conference with my kindergartner's teacher. She told me my daughter was doing great, well above the standard, blah, blah, blah. No issues with my child, that's great. She asked me if I had any issues. I just recently found out that my daughter's school does the Pledge of Allegiance every morning. My daughter's 5 years old. So I told her, hey, I understand this isn't your decision or even your fault, but I don't like that my daughter's saying the Pledge of Allegiance every morning, so she's going to stop participating in that. That shouldn't be a problem. The teacher got super defensive. She goes, yeah, she has to participate. No, she don't. She says, it's a county mandate. I don't care. That's my child.
So first and foremost, wherever they are, whatever school this is the whitest, most conservative school ever. Because first and foremost, saying the Pledge of Allegiance every day, like, where do they do that? I went to plenty of public schools. I went to private schools too. I went to Lutheran private schools. We didn't do that there. And none of the public schools, we didn't do that there either. It's like every day you stand up and you pledge your allegiance to that flag.
So I say to her, you want my daughter to recite words she don't even understand. I asked my daughter, what does indivisible mean? My daughter says, I have no idea. I asked my daughter, what does justice mean? My daughter says, I have no idea. I said, hey, daughter, what does allegiance mean? She says, I have no idea. I look at the teacher. So you're making my daughter recite words that she doesn't even understand. Not only is that indoctrination, it's also denying her the consent to not say those words, because if she actually understood what they meant, maybe she doesn't believe it.
Obviously, they're like in the middle of Kansas or in the middle of Idaho somewhere, so that was hilarious. And then again, the whole concept that there's an argument over this. It's like, no, she has to do this. And this obviously just really goes into how Republicans are always so terrified of things like critical race theory. But on the flip side, they basically want to indoctrinate children to worshiping this country and thinking that, you know, there's no criticisms to be had whatsoever.
Especially the part where it says one nation under God. I asked my daughter, what God? My daughter said, I don't know. That's because in my house, we don't practice any religion. I don't force my children to not believe in God, but they don't. Especially my 5-year-old, who's more worried about pretty dresses and playing Tea Party with her teddy bears, not the flag, not indivisible, not justice for all, and not God. She's worried about, I don't know, kid stuff. This should not be a fucking issue. But this teacher literally pushed back at me on every turn, and I was trying my god to be polite.
On the one hand, you know, you have the opportunity to teach children, and again, not just about like the origins of slavery and genocide and stuff like that, but again, like how we overcame that, how we truly overcame that. You know, the ideas that got us through those times, the labor movements that happened in this country. You know, all the things that really don't just highlight the racial issues, but the issues that the working class as a whole has faced and has overcome together. Things like that. You know, no. We have to say the Pledge of Allegiance every day. We have to learn that America was just founded on these great principles of equality, and that, you know, the founding fathers, they were just visionaries, and they came together. They found this new land, and they thought, you know, we really want to escape from the crown. And that's why they came here, and they, you know, pretty much created the exact same thing, only for themselves. But I just, you know, this really was just funny, because this is literally the type of people who complain about critical race theory. It's the ones who would rather just their kids say the Pledge of Allegiance every single day and shut up.
She says to me, I understand you're in charge at home, but in the classroom, I'm in charge. Now you around, now you must find out. No, you're not in charge. You don't get to force my daughter to say she doesn't know what it means or doesn't even know if she believes it, especially as it pertains to a God. So now I'll be meeting with the principal tomorrow, along with the school board. I had zero intention of elevating this. I wasn't going to stomp my feet and demand that the school doesn't say the Pledge of Allegiance at all. Even though I have an incredibly valid reason to say that they shouldn't, I was simply stating that my child wouldn't participate. And now this teacher is telling me that she's going to force my child to participate. I bet.
I don't know if my man has, you know, the opportunity to send his daughter to a different school. I mean, I don't know if he's even so upset that he would even want to do that. But it definitely was interesting that he put this out, because this is what we're dealing with right now. But this also is important to point out that we need to continue to take advantage of the times that we live in, having access to all this technology, being able to instantly connect with one another, to be able to spread the truth, to be able to spread good news, to support progressive campaigns, to get people notoriety and attention who otherwise never would have the chance. So I thought that this was just really funny because it's a kind of an interesting, unorthodox look into the realities of the CRT debate in the country, one versus the other. But also, again, to point out the beauty of the times that we live in. So I continue to have hope that we'll have openings to get these corporate Democrats out of office. Obviously, we got to get the Republicans out. But in order to do that, we got to put better progressives in. So let's do what we got to do in the upcoming midterms and the 2024 presidential election.